Dear students, in this video, we are going to see Unit 17, Reproduction in Plants and Animals. The learning objectives comes under the topic is, we are going to learn vegetative part of the plant, methods of vegetative reproduction, and artificial methods of vegetative reproduction. Vegetative reproduction. What is vegetative reproduction? In this type, new plantlets are formed from vegetative cells. Vegetative cells means somatic cells, buds or organs of the plants. The vegetative part of the plants are known as root, stem, leaf or buds. These are the vegetative part of the plant. The vegetative part of the plant gets detached from the parent body and grows into an independent daughter plant. It has only mitotic divisions, no gametic fusion. And daughter plants are genetically similar to the parent plant. In vegetative propagation, what happens is that new plants are formed or produced from the parts of the old plants like stem, roots or leaves. It is actually a very simple process. In fact, the simplest method of asexual reproduction in plant is vegetative reproduction. The first one we are going to see the vegetative part is leaves. When I explain about leaves, very famous example of vegetative propagation which is seen in a plant called bryophyllum. So, what are we looking here? These are the leaves of the plants. See, these are the leaves of the plants. But it's little different. Look at this carefully. From the tip, you can find these are the, look at this. These are the tiny buds growing here. These buds grow it into their own tiny plants, which we call as plantlets. They have their own leaves and own roots. So this is one of the beautiful example of vegetative propagations. Leaves of bryophyllum have leaf buds. In the notches of leaves, the buds developed into tiny plantlets. This can grow into a new plants. The best example of leaf is bryophyllum leaf. Now students, we are going to take the best example of stem is strawberry plant. In strawberry plant, aerial weak stems touch the ground and give off adventitious roots and buds. See here, aerial weak stems touch the ground and give off the adventitious roots and buds. When the connections with the parent plant is broken, the offspring becomes independent and grow as a new plant. The third and best we are going to take the example of vegetative propagation is root. In root, we are going to take sweet potato. Sweet potato roots become swollen due to store's food. See here? Yes. These roots remain in underground. If it remains as it is, the next season new plants grow from these roots. So let us observe this diagram. You can see the green part, see here, you can see the green part present in the root tuber, and in the next season, if the root remains as it is in the soil, new shoot arises from the bud. So you can observe here that from the root, new plants are arise. This is an example of natural method of vegetative propagations. The main example, these roots are called tuberous roots. For example, we can use sweet potato and asparagus can be used for vegetative propagation. The next one is bulbils. In some plants, the flower buds are modified into globose. These are known as bulbils. Which this falls on the ground. These bulbils are falls on the ground. They grow into a new plants. The common example is agave. Let's see the other type of vegetative reproduction. One is natural, another one is artificial. Then let's see the artificial method of vegetative reproduction. Now let's see fragmentation. The best example of fragmentation is spirogyra. In filamentous algae, these are the filamentous algae example. It's breaking down into the many fragments. ஒவ்வொரு நிறைய fragments-ஆ இது break ஆகும். This process is known as fragmentations. Fragmentation is nothing but filamentous algae breaking the filament into many fragments. It is known as fragmentation. Each fragment having at least one cell. ஒவ்வொரு fragmentலையும் at least ஒரு செல்லாவது கண்டிப்பா இருக்கும். That's why they give rise to a new filament of the algae by cell divisions. இதனால தான் அது என்ன பண்ணுது, cell division மூலமா புது filament புது algae create பண்ணுது. The common example is Spirogyra. Is it clear? The next vegetative reproduction is fission. The common example of fission is amoeba. In this type, the parent cell divided into two daughter cells and each cell develop into a new adult organism. See, this is the parent cell. It's undergone a division. Finally, they divided into two daughter cells. They have a nucleus individuals within their body. So, this type of vegetative reproduction is called fission. The next type of vegetative reproduction is budding. Budding, the example is yeast. How it is dividing? Formation of a daughter individual from a small projection. எப்படி ஃபார்ம் ஆகுது அப்படின்னா டாக்டர் இண்டிவிஜுவல் பேரண்ட் பாடியிலேருந்து ஒரு ஸ்மால் ப்ரொஜெக்ஷன். The projection is called the bud. So that is known as budding. Budding is nothing but a small projection arises from the parent body. The projection is called bud. So the process is called budding. Each bud separate from the parent cell. See here, this is the bud formed from the parent cell, arising from the parent cell, and at last they separate from the parent cell to form a new daughter cells. This is known as budding. Next type of vegetative reproduction is regeneration. See the topic, read the topic carefully, not regeneration. Regeneration. Do you know the meaning? Yes, the last body parts, அதாவது the last ஆன body parts என்னவாகும், நியூ ஆர்கானிசமாக ரீஜெனரேட் ஆகும். ஸோ தட் இஸ் ரீஜெனரேஷன். லெட்ஸ் see. The ability of the last body parts of an individual organism to give rise to an all new organism is called regeneration. It takes place by specialized mass of cells. The best example of regenerations are Hydra and Planaria. Thank you for watching this video, my dears.